Nebraska and all that entails, which you really understand. You really understand that as much as I do.
And you guys will get to know him, obviously, through this process, him being here. But he just is calm and cool. I mean, he doesn't get shook. He's very mature. He's not a big hype guy in the sense of, he's not a big talker. He just goes out there and just does his deal, and he loves football. He loves the game. And you know guys, they just have that look. There's a certain look and a certain demeanor about him. You're like, this guy's a dude. I mean, you just know it. And he just fits in that category. But again, I want to make sure that I don't put the cart before the horse in the sense of, hey, let's give this guy a chance to learn the offense, go out there in pads, and let's not anoint anything yet.
Right.
And he wouldn't want that. He just wants to go out there and get better and learn it and be a great teammate. His teammates love him because he's just a great person. And he's a guy, when you come to work, you look over there and see him, and you're like, yeah, this is fun to come to work knowing that you have a really good young football player like him that's on the offensive side of the ball that's going to help our football team really become successful.
Okay. It sounds like you and Troy really had to be persistent to get him. Is it fair to say when it comes to Wandale, it was the most rewarding get for you guys as far as what you put into it?
Well, recruiting, you all know I love recruiting. So even when he committed to Kentucky, in my mind, I just always felt like we were the best fit for him. And so kind of let it go for a couple weeks, and then I kind of shot the old text out, hey, can we still talk? And then, it kind of flamed back up again, and we just, the biggest deal was is we wanted to show him, hey, listen, that you're coming a little bit farther away, but we're going to take care of you. You're going to get a degree where you're going to be treated right, and your skill set and your size as a guy that's been really successful in Coach Frost's offense, Chip Kelly's offense over the years, and Coach Walters did a great job of selling the receiver piece. I sold him the running back piece. And then, we were persistent from that end, but I think he really saw when he came here, even though he didn't get to see the game because of the cancellation, that, hey, this is a special place. We have special fans, and when I can go out there and do my thing in front of 92,000 people every game in this great conference, he saw a great opportunity, and so it paid off. But obviously you don't win all in recruiting, but that was fun from the standpoint of, because he's such a talented guy that we knew that he would really help our football team.
And year 1 to year 2 at UCF, you guys improved pretty dramatically offensively. Obviously, you guys were good last year offensively, but what things do you look for in your running backs that you want to improve from year 1 to year 2 here that you can kind of duplicate that you maybe did in Orlando?
Well, I think, with every position, I'll start there, is, year 1, when you're installing everything, nobody has a base of any of the concepts. Everything's new, from stretch to drills to, how we speak, our language. So there's not that foundation. Now going into year 2, now you have a foundation, so the guys know what to do. And what's nice is now, with that being said, now any newcomer coming in, we can have the players help coach and not just have us be the only people that knew what the heck was going on. So for us in year 2, obviously another year in the weight room, another year of having to get up in the morning and the grind and paying the price that it takes to be a collegiate athlete, and us building our culture. What's nice is that we can really now focus on the details of the play. Sometimes when you're having to just drown a person with just, we got to get all this in, and you can't really focus a lot on the details of, okay, so here's the play, we taught you this, but here's this also to look at. And I think that really that helped us year 2 at UCF. and it just like yesterday in practice, everybody knew where they were. Oh, I'm sorry, everybody knew where they were supposed to be. Everybody could speak our language. Everybody knew the drills. Everybody knew where this particular period would be, and it just flowed. All right. And now, the players led the stretch, and the newcomers were there, and so they knew that, where to line up. We didn't have to tell them that. The players ran it, and that's so much better year two. And it's in whether it's offense, defense, or special teams, every phase of our game, we can now peel the onion back more and really hit the details of what is needed, so to help us even be more successful.
Ryan, Scott's talked a lot about, just even in the last couple of weeks, about the progress in strength and conditioning. I wonder how much you see that, from your chair, and if so, why you think that is.
Well, obviously, aesthetically, you can look and see the difference in our guys. Absolutely. Now, we don't put pads on until Wednesday, which, declares a little bit more. But, I was a head coach for 12 years, and I loved the off season because I would go down there, and I had to run it because I didn't have strength coaches half the time. But being able to go down there and just see those guys aesthetically get, better looking, and then seeing the numbers that Coach Duvall gives us, and then just being able to see those guys actually, perform the exercise, the squat, the clean, all the different ground-based exercises that we needed to improve here. It's fun to watch. And again, you look at it, it goes back to these guys now know what to expect. They didn't know what to expect when Coach Duvall, because he had to deal with them before us because we were out recruiting, and now it's another year. Now they can coach the new guys up. They know what to expect. And we know we have to improve our leadership. We know we have to do those things, just like every program does. But you can see with the nutrition, now with Dave Ellis here, the guys are eating better in the cafeteria, which, it's like what I would relate it to. If you put bad gas in a tractor, it's not going to perform. These guys are understanding sleep, how important that is, which we're educating them on all that, how important it is. And, with our morning schedule, which is nice, you get these guys up, they get their bodies going, and they're getting their day started, which then translates to better academic performance and everything on and off the field. But those guys, Zach's put together a great strength staff. They do a great job. They push the guys. The players are pushing themselves. And, when we look, and Coach Frost has said this numerous times, when we look across the field at some of the teams, it didn't look good on paper, but I think now we're, again, closing the gap from a strength standpoint to where we're going to get this program back where it's Nebraska football, where we need to be.
Are they doing things down there that you weren't doing 25 years ago?
Yeah, I think there's some new stuff from a technology. We didn't have the technology that these guys have in today's world with, being able to look and see how the body is, if it's tired or not. Now, I'm not a technology guy, but they wear these deals and they can say, okay, Ryan Held, you probably need to reduce some reps. We didn't have that back in the day. I know they have some other things that they use from a technology standpoint, but there are some different exercises that they do that I think is cutting edge. And Coach Duvall is always, and his staff is always one step ahead, I think, than maybe some of the other people out there, because he's always researching what can we do that can be a cutting edge on certain exercises or whatever it is. But I definitely, from a technology standpoint, 25 years ago, it's different today. And then I think some of the different things, exercises that can help reduce injury that maybe before you just gutted it out and just said, forget it. Now you're like, I don't know about this one now, because this could really be something that could injure guys. And I think we do a really good job of being smart when, taking care of our guys from that standpoint. So where they're fresh and being able to perform at the highest level that they can perform.
So who made the biggest aesthetic improvement? Eyeball test.
Gosh.
Last one here, guys.
I think I won't put a player out there, but I do think that just looking at the DBs, I think the DBs have really transformed. I think from a culture standpoint in the room, and I don't coach that side of the ball, but I think Coach Fisher and Coach Cooper and those guys have done a great job with them. I think when we first got here, that was a group that, you know, I don't know if I'd want to hang out with them, to be honest with you, but now those guys, I would hang out with those guys. They're great. They're coachable. The culture's changed, and the same guys, you know, now we lost some, but they've really helped, you know, the guys in the room, and I really think that group's very talented, and I'm excited to see what they can do, because you got to have a good secondary to win at any level.
So real quick, Dedrick Mills is a guy that will come in this summer that you'll need to contribute. What skills does he bring to the table for the offense?
Well, he brings a bigger back element to the game. I watched him in the national championship game against a really good team, and they put 10 guys in the box, and I mean, it was tough sledding, and he just is physical and can take the hits and gets right back up. So he's a guy that brings the physical element, can help us in short yardage. He obviously can run, and he loves football. It means something to him. So I'm excited with him. He was the ACC Freshman of the Year at Georgia Tech. Now, I think he's a different player than he was then. He was 240 pounds then. He's not going to be a 240-pound back, I don't think, for us. He'll be, splitting the difference, maybe a little bit lighter. Because, again, just like with Devine, I told him, you know, you can't be a 240-pound running back in this offense. We're not an I formation downhill. You got to be able to do a lot of different things, and he took that to heart, and look how successful he was. So I think Dedrick brings the physical back that we need in this offense. Again, though, he's going to have to come in and perform just like everybody else.